they have a history with each other, and they have a history of overlooking their history. So what happens is it's not the first time we have seen things. And the interesting thing is when you look sometimes at the certificates, say somebody in the military will give. It's the same military which went into Abbottabad and found who there. So the issue in a way is when countries are very focused on doing politics of convenience, they keep trying to do this.
Were you surprised at the manner in which Pakistan, US have come to, at least the Trump administration, have suddenly cozied up and come together? Did it catch you by surprise?
Look, they have a history with each other, and they have a history of overlooking their history. So what happens is it's not the first time we have seen things. And the interesting thing is when you look sometimes at the certificates, say somebody in the military will give. It's the same military which went into Abbottabad and found who there. So the issue in a way is when countries are very focused on doing politics of convenience, they keep trying to do this, and some of it can be tactical, some of it can have some other benefits or calculations. But again, look at obviously I respond to the situation or the challenge of the day, but I also do so always keeping in mind the larger structural sort of strengths of the relationship, the confidence that comes from it. So I take it in that spirit. I know finally what I'm about. I know what are my strengths. I know what are the importance and the relevance of my relationship. So that's what guides me.
But just now we are a little distance away from Operation Sindoor. I know mediation is not exactly something which must have happened, or our position has been very clear historically on that. But was the United States helpful at all during that period?
Look,
did it play a constructive role of any sorts?
It is a fact that at that time phone calls were made. Phone calls were made by the US, phone calls were made by other countries as well. This is not a secret. At least in my case, almost every phone call I had, definitely every American phone call I had, is there on my X account. So when something like this happens, countries do call up. After all, don't I call up? When Israel-Iran was happening, I called up. Or when Russia-Ukraine was happening, I called up. So it's in today's international relations, because it is an interdependent world and countries feel, okay, something is happening somewhere, I should know, and particularly I would say those who have a stronger history of international relations will do that. But, that is one thing. It is something quite different to assert mediation, or to assert that an outcome which was negotiated between India and Pakistan was not negotiated between India and Pakistan, it was.
And that was a consequence of military actions, the way it played out?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I've done this before, so you don't want me. I tell people that if on the 9th night we had, President Vance, Vice President Vance conveying that the Pakistanis were going to do a big attack. And then 10th morning, the Pakistanis now ask for talking to DGMO. What happened in the intervening period? What happened in the intervening period was very bad things to their airfields. I mean, to me, the causality is very clear. The causality is a military happening. Ultimately, how does the course of conflict progress? Yes, it can progress through reason, but mostly it progresses through events on the ground. So something happened militarily on the 10th morning. Now please look at what happened on 10th morning, and the pictures of the Pakistani airfields tell you what happened on 10th morning.
But still, the Pakistanis seem to have found new currency in Washington, and it's probably coming from the crypto route. So is that now a new channel of diplomacy which is working in Washington, and that you have to contend with it? Where are we on these? Because see, a lot of countries are facing these difficulties. A lot of allies of US are facing.
For that, you have to get another minister to sit here and answer that. No, it's not me.
But does it become a part of your folder at any place?
No, look, we negotiate or we discuss with other countries what are our policies. I mean, because somebody else has some other instrument in their toolkit, doesn't automatically mean that therefore I have to acquire it. I have what I have, they have what they have.
But do you think it's becoming difficult to deal with the Trump administration through its own system? Rather, the personal or direct or maybe certain other parallel approaches are at work which are more productive in terms of outcomes?
Well, I think we started off with the agreement that we are in unusual times and the methods of diplomacy are very, very different from what they used to be.
So I'll take it from you, what is the India way?
Look, you adapt to the landscape and the nature of the challenge. I mean, so if there is a relationship which has to be addressed in a different manner, if you want results, you figure out how to crack the problem. I mean, that's what diplomats do.
So a lot of what was happening in the past few years, the Quad was at the center of it, and it's a very diverse agenda. It opened up many conversations in technology. But today BRICS has taken over. So where is the Quad conversation? And these plurilaterals which you had so craftily put together, what's the fate?
No, look, I'm not sure I agree with your question. I think the Quad is still the Quad, and the BRICS was always the BRICS. I mean, when we did the Quad, the BRICS didn't go away. And as Quad progressed, BRICS also progressed. So you are putting it almost as alternatives, whereas in fact it is a core belief of Indian foreign policy that countries like us should not be forced to, make binary choices.